Welcome everybody back to the Purple Sector Formula 1 League. We're back here tonight for the Singapore Grand Prix round 18 of this 24 round season for season 14. As we're coming towards the end of qualifying, we've got currently Clen on provisional pole here by quite some way as well. Clen clearly a bit of a connoisseur around the Marina Bay by the looks of things. He's half a second clear of Scott, who sits in second place on 29.2 at the moment. Then you've got Badman, who's third place at this point, currently 0.6 of a second off of the provisional pole time. Not like Badman to see him that far off, but I think Clen clearly loves this circuit. We've got Ernie currently fourth, also about 0.6 off for the pace. Matty Pitt sat in P5 there. He's on a 29.5, 0.8 off the fastest time. His teammate Draga, as so often the case, these two pretty closely matched in terms of the times. Draga's only 10th behind Matty there, in one position behind him in 6th. Then we've got C-Mac, who's 7th, ahead of G.C. followed by Rexy Boy, who's currently in 9th place here in this session, with White Shadow P10. Then we've got John in 11th, and Mango currently rounding out the classification here. 12 drivers here tonight as we approach the closing part of the season. But Clen currently setting the pace here tonight, and he's absolutely on fire by the looks of it. He's done brilliantly in the first part of this session. Now he just has to try and cement his position at the top of the leaderboard. It's Matty Pitt's gone into second place there with a lovely lap, and obviously the track's still going to be ramping up, so there's going to be improvements, but Matty Pitt's just thrown his hat into the mix here for a potential front row start. But there's there's 3 drivers right behind him here who are within a 10th and a half. He'll be looking to try and get themselves up there. Badman's on an out lap. Ernie's just starting a flying lap now as we see him coming into turn 1 here for what will be his final run of the session. So let's ride on board with Ernie for the time being, seeing as nobody else on the lap. Oh, Scott's just started a lap now, so Scott's not too far behind Ernie on the road. But Ernie's had a few stand-up performances here at Purple Sector. Has had many podiums since you should enjoy the league, and he's currently 0.03 of a second up through the first sector. Let's keep an eye on his progress here as he's now coming through the middle part of the lap now. Took plenty of speed through there. We've seen pretty confident as well. Here he comes to the old sling. Obviously not a sling anymore, not a chicane. It's a simple left-hander now, but came under a lot of scrutiny back in the day for the danger and the just the non-spectacle of it. But nonetheless, Ernie here coming towards the end of the middle sector. Keep an eye on the top right hand corner. Let's see what the time is in comparison to what he's done before. Only 0.2 up through the middle sector, so as it stands he will be putting himself on the front row. Got to remember that Scott is not far behind Ernie on the track, so he'll be crossing over shortly afterwards to try and stake his claim for pole position. Scott is 0.2 down though, so Scott probably isn't going to improve. That could help Matty to be ahead of him on the grid here, as we've got Ernie coming through the final corner now. What is Ernie able to produce here as he comes over the line? He could hit to P2, only a 10th and a half off of Clen's fastest time there, so a very solid tap that time there from Ernie. Is he going to stay in P2 though, because Scott's coming through the final corner. Scott's a mile off. He couldn't get anywhere near him there, as we've got Badman now, who will be the last driver to cross the line. He's a 10th up through the first sector. He needs to find 0.6 in order to get pole, so Badman with a lot of work to do, but he's made a good start here in his quest to try and get ahead of his rival Clen. Obviously Badman miles ahead in the championship tonight. I think actually could be the night, as Clen's gone even faster there. Clen at 28.6. He's now nearly 0.3 clear of Ernie, and Badman has got to find 0.7 if he wants to get pole here tonight. I was about to say, I think tonight could be the night when Badman wraps up the championship, but that's obviously, I'll be coming to that over the course of the race video, but I'll be checking that out in between the qualifying and the race. In the meantime, Badman's 0.3 up here coming through the middle sector, so he can find 0.3 in the final sector. He will be on pole position here, but that's a big if. Here he comes in through the chicane. There's only about 4 corners through this final sector, so there's not much room to make it up. Here we come then through the final corner here at the Marina Bay. Can Badman snatch pole away? He can't. I think it was P3. Yeah, P3 there for Badman. So Ernie will start alongside Clen on the front row with a great lap there towards the end of the session. Lovely job there from Ernie. Scott I reckon he could have been up there in amongst it, but I think fluffed his lines on that final run. So Glenn, Ernie, Badman, Matty the top 4, Scott and Drago behind them as we go racing here for the Singapore Grand Prix here at Purple Sector.